Here are my tips and tricks to instill just a little bit of chaos into your daily life. This first one I like to call the Pocahontas conundrum. The next time someone starts talking about a TV show or a movie that they really like, cut them off immediately and say with enthusiasm, "Are we talking about Pocahontas?" When they inevitably say no, just lose all interest in the conversation. And then they're gonna hit you with the "why do you care so much about Pocahontas?" You hit them with the Uno reverse card, "why don't you care about the genocide of Native Americans?" They'll ruin everyone's day, it's perfect. My other one is audibly gagging in rooms that are supposed to be quiet. Libraries, offices, doctors' offices are perfect. If you do it confidently enough, no one will ask any questions, but it'll scare the shit out of them. Ugh, good heavens. Here are some insults that aren't too mean, but they're still gonna deeply affect the person you say it to. You look like someone who really struggles opening up pistachio nuts, and you make it really hard to watch. You look like one of those people who screams whenever the lights go off in school. Oh my god, shut up. Shut up. You're so annoying. You look like someone who wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob growing up, and that definitely affected you deeply, like you have a very tenuous grasp on the status quo. You look like someone who eats all the unpopped kernels at the bottom of the popcorn bag. You Neanderthal. Why are you doing that? You're gonna break your teeth. Don't do that. You look like someone who says they're from Chicago when really they grew up in Naperville. And a lot of you aren't gonna get that, but some of you are, and it's a huge insult. You look like in your recent Google search history, it's how to make beard grow faster. You wimp. You look like someone who has a $3,000 gaming PC but no bed frame. Your priorities are a mess. Get your life together. You look like every time you went out to dinner with your parents as a kid, they would always get you dessert. You privileged pig. You bourgeoisie. You look like the kid that every time the new Call of Duty comes out, you force all your friends to buy it and you convince them that it's gonna be different this time, but it's always the same game. It always fucking sucks. Stop making people buy that game. It's stupid. You look like someone who as a child ate loose change on multiple occasions. Like you ate a dime and a nickel 2 different days and your parents had to hide the change from you because you're a moron. You look like someone who has posted so many unremarkable photos of your cat that you have lost followers on Instagram. That's enough, dude. 1 or 2 a week is the maximum. No one needs to see. If they're doing something cute, sure. But if they're just sitting there, we don't want to see that. All right, those are the insults. Go ruin someone's day. Do you ever get bored at work and you just want to make people hate you? Well, boy, this is the video for you. Here's how to instill a little bit of chaos into your mundane workplace. If you have to wear a necktie to work, or even if you don't, wear one of those screen printed ties with a child's face on it, but make sure it's not your child. Then when someone politely asks you, "Oh, is that your kid?" say, "No, I don't have any kids," and then get back to work. People are gonna be worried. They're gonna not know what to say about that, and that's exactly what we're looking for. The next time you have some polite small talk with one of your coworkers, at the end of it, enthusiastically ask them to start a podcast with you. When they inevitably say no, give them all the reasons why it would be so great and we would do so well together. This will make them not want to talk to you again, but only because you were too nice. So you didn't really do anything wrong, right? Also, you should turn off the office lights, because there's nothing guarding that. So do that every day. Say you have a migraine or something, but do it every day. And if they try and fire you, that's like a medical thing, so they'll probably get in trouble. You'll make some money just by turning off the lights every day. It's foolproof. Are you sick of your friends and loved ones trusting you wholeheartedly? Well, boy, do I have a solution for you. Here are my personal tips and tricks to instill fear and chaos into your daily life. I call this first one, lie about your pop culture knowledge. The next time you hear like a super duper popular song, just act like you don't know it. Like the Star Spangled Banner. Act like you don't know that song. While it's playing, ask questions like, who wrote this song? This is fantastic. And when people inevitably say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" you just have to sell it. You just gotta really go full boat and act like you have no fucking clue what that song is. People are either gonna think that you've been locked in a basement for 20 years or you're slowly losing all your memories. Either way, people are gonna worry about you. So that's what we're looking for. This next one I call public restroom purgatory. I would say the majority of human population are shy poopers. Meaning, when you get into a public restroom and there's no one else in the stalls, you feel like you can really let one loose. But when someone walks in, all of a sudden the anxiety comes up and you kind of can't really take a shit. So here's what you do. You walk into a bathroom and you notice, oh, one person is taking a poop. Do whatever it is you went in there to do, but when you leave, you close the door, but then you push the door open as you walk out to let the person pooping think another person has walked in. Therefore, they will be stuck there yo-yoing a turd for God knows how long until they realize someone else is not in that bathroom with them. This one's fantastic because it's so minimal and you don't even really get to see what's happening in there, but you know you're ruining someone's day, which is exactly what we're looking for. And the last one is just pronouncing silent letters. I don't have a fun name for this one. Like pronouncing the B in subtle or pronouncing receipt, recipit, you know, just really make people think you're an idiot. And then when they confront you on it, just say, I've only ever seen that word written. People are gonna hate you. Is there someone in your life that you just want to be kind of mean to sometimes? Well, boy, do I have a solution for you. Here are my favorite insults that aren't that mean, but they will still mentally affect someone for a little bit of time. For example, you look like someone who took too long to figure out how to tie their shoes, so Velcro was your only option for a while. Or you look like someone who enjoys lightly flavored things. like LaCroix, you weirdo. You look like someone who prefers lemon Starbursts over every other flavor, you non-risk taker. You look like someone who secretly tried cat food when no one was looking and you actually liked it, but you can't tell anyone because that's weird. You look like someone who would call a book a real page turner, you nerd. You look like someone who'd get really upset if you weren't allowed to choose the colored checker pieces you play with. You can't be red every time. You look like someone who gives out Ancestry.com subscriptions as your main gift, like that's the one you give out to everybody. No one really wants that. That's a dumb gift. You look like someone who does like one of these little dances when your food's coming, like when you see the waiter coming with your food, you weirdo. Don't do that, you're in public. You look like someone who jumps in an obviously too cold pool and says, it's not even that cold. What are you trying to prove? You look like someone who, when asked what time it is and it's 2:57, you'll say it's 2:57 instead of just saying 3. Round up. We don't have time for all those numbers. You look like you could be better at sharing. That's a dumb one. You look like your dad taught you that drinking light beer makes you a pussy and now you pass that pain on to others. You look like someone who keeps licorice in your pantry. You pervert. Who does that? So there you go. If use any of those to hurt your friend's feelings. They're not that serious, but they'll still, that'll make them think about themselves for a while.